Hey everybody, welcome to the Equity Sense Weekly Wrap. This is Mike, and before I begin, I want to point out that we do have a crash course happening in the next couple of weekends before we all go on our spring and summer vacations here. But just a quick blurb on these ones. These ones are supposed to be worth about $3,000, and now they're being sold up for $1,500. It's a 4-hour crash course on the S&P 500 futures. So you need to be able to trade futures in your account first and foremost, and make sure you do have enough money in your account to be able to trade futures. I think the minimum for all the brokers right now is about 3,000. One thing to point out, which is probably most important, especially for those of you who have been on the fence on futures, is that there is no PDT, which means pattern day trading. So you can trade unlimited every day without any consequences from the SEC. So those of you who are in stocks or options who have accounts less than $25,000, you know what I'm trying to say here. Okay, so let us know. We definitely need a minimum of 3 students in each group to proceed. If we don't get that, we'll be sending you guys back your money. We need a minimum 3. Okay, so something to think about. It does include 5 live trading sessions with us, with our mentors and stuff like that. So let us know if you are interested. So going back to what happened this week, we had Yellen talking this week with at the Economic Club of New York, which sparked that huge rally all the way to 2065. We pulled back overnight on God knows what. There was really no reason as to why we dropped, but we dropped anyway. Whether it was momentum chasing algos, what have you, it is what it is. China data was actually good, which may have triggered a lot of traders' ideas in terms of shorting the market. Again, you could argue either way, but I'm just pointing out the facts here as to what happened this week. The jobs number was actually okay. It was a Goldilocks number, and oil. I think the biggest sort of news in oil this week was that Saudi said that if Iran's not going to attend, that they're not going to freeze. So that kind of, really got the selling started in oil as far as momentum is concerned. Okay, so overall, though, we have the ECB's QE, expanded QE starting today, which probably could be attributed to, as to why the market is up. Again, you have to kind of understand from our perspective, as from a trader's perspective, because if you're watching CNBC or Bloomberg, they'll probably give you random ideas. But for us as traders, at the end of the day, each data point is just a tradable opportunity. That's really how we view these things. So we called the short overnight, and then of course I was the one who called the bounce in the morning, and it worked out pretty well. Didn't expect a huge 30-point bounce, but here we are. However, a lot of people were able to make good money over the course of a few hours. Tesla came out with Model 3, which was probably a very, very, very big deal today, and you had Tesla gap up to 250, so it gapped about $20 overnight, and it collapsed down to 233, and that got a lot of people a little bit scared over there. Even though Elon Musk has been tweeting all morning saying that they do have record number of pre-orders. I think reaching 200,000 now. So I would say this is still going to be all up, all hyped up, and it's still a little scary to be long and trust all these things. But however, that is what happened this week. Going into next week, not really much happening as far as data or news. So make sure you trade it accordingly. And thanks for taking the time to listen. Have a good weekend.